Thanks a lot, guys. This is a new day that I'm here to teach you about how we are going to make an object finally from 3D SMax. This is your tutor, Daniel Monge from Nairobi, and welcome to my session. We started with Sketchup, and this is what we started with. We were making a desk with its own extension. As of this moment, these were just things that we added on to each other to make this, but these are not reusable because they don't make what we call GSM. GSM are objects in ArchiCAD that can be reused, and therefore we need to convert this from a SketchUp drawing. Then we went to 3ds Max for texturizing, and now today we are going to go to ArchiCAD for making of the object. Now let's head to ArchiCAD. I'm using the latest version of ArchiCAD, that's ArchiCAD 25. I hope all of you are familiar with this, and let's proceed. Now, before you do anything with the ArchiCAD or bring anything to this program, you need to have one important plugin, because without that one, you'd not be able to do your work, and that plugin is called 3D Studio. 3D Studio comes with your own download, or you can even look for it, but in most cases, if you have not been able to buy your ArchiCAD, it's not easy to get it, but it's very important. So when you install, just go to File, go to Interpolation, 3D Studio, and we are doing import 3ds as GDL object. And then this is a dialog where you need to look for your own model. Mine is under, I'm looking for it, SketchUp. You can see this is what we saved, Executive Office Desk underscore 3ds with a .3ds extension. So click on it, open, and it will tell you that some meshes cannot be imported because they exceed the supported size in geometry. That's not an issue, just say okay. Now this is where the rubber meets the road. Whenever you're confronted with this dialog, it's important to go back to your drawing that you had, and then let me put it under top view. What you see here as x dimension is this value, which also corresponds to our red axis. Yeah, now we need to take measurement. This is our x-axis, this is our y-axis. So let's take the measurement of our x-axis. You can see it's 18. So come here and put your x-axis as 18. Now you realize these ones are interlinked. So once you put the first measurement, the other ones just come automatically. Now you don't need to change anything here. Just click OK. Once you click OK, the desk is just embedded. Say OK. Now the other thing to do is just go to Object, and there it is. Click and input it on your desktop. Now this is the top view. We need to go to 3D, and this is what we have finally. You can rotate to have what you can see here. Now, why did we have to go through all that procedure only to come up with an object that does not even have texture? The answer is very simple. If you go to the property of this object, you realize under custom settings, we have all the textures that we did put from our 3ds. We had wood material. We also had writing pad text. So this means this object, you've already made it parametric because you can be able to change its attributes. And that's the beauty of taking this model from SketchUp all the way to 3ds Max, and then all the way to ArchiCAD. I'll be able to show you through some example of why it's very important. So from here, you only need to come, like we had wood material. Just say use AC material, and then choose a material that you feel suits your project. I may decide to go for wood oak, or maybe, yeah, that's okay. And then the writing pad, again you can decide to change, and then you can decide even to have orange. Click OK, and that is our beautiful desk. Now if you click on this object, you realize it's already a one component, it's one object. But so far you need to do several things to make it a better object. And one of them is, one, I need to select my object, go to File, go to Library and Objects, and say Open Object. And this gives you a dialog box here. Okay, you come here and realize that this dialog box has a lot of things that need to be checked. One of them is select this, and ours is a table, say select. Now you need to click to make sure this is clickable. It's clicked, pressable, because you need to press it onto your floor plan. And give it another, Daniel Duke, interior designer. Can give a description for it. This is an executive office desk. Keywords, can give executive. Remember, keywords are separated by commas. Desk, office desk, so you can have those. Then from there, go to parameters. You can see from here, this is it has a lot of things. We may not be able to fill everything, but there are those that are basic. Like for one, we realized that our desk came with a height of 751, which is wrong. We should have 750. So we change this to 750. Good. We have our materials down here. Our first material is the wood. So you may decide to call this just wood material, and then use, just make it nicer, look neat. Just change a few things here and shut it off, save. Then we need to take a 3D of this, so let me highlight, make a marquee of this, right click, show 3D in marquee. Then you can make it big enough for us to see. Go to the render settings, make sure this is 600 by 600. We can even do a render safe so that you can see exactly what you have. That tells you your desk is within the render safe. Yeah, that's okay. And then go to settings, render, standard. No, let me do interior daylight final, render settings. I need a high quality final lights. I know we don't have, but let me spruce these ones up. Then do a render. Let's wait, it may take some time. Once it's done, just do copy, Control A, Control copy. Then let's go back to our floor plan, select our object. Then let's go back to libraries, open object, and then now we need to come here to preview picture. Just do paste, and then you can shut it off, save. Okay, that's done. Now, while selecting these objects, go to the properties of that object. We now need to save this into a different file where we can always be utilizing it each and every time. So once you are here, you can already see it has a picture of its own here. Click on this icon and say Open Library Manager. Okay, now go to Embedded because that's where we have our object. Select our object, you can even give it a name. Now we can give it a better name. That's it. Then click on here, Export Selected Library Items into Rock of Order. And then let me go back to where I have saved my work. Come here, Sketchup, that's the name, Executive Office Desk. Now look at the Save As type. This is already now an ArchiCAD object file, GSM. Reusable, change materials, change sizes. That's the beauty of this. Just click Export and OK. Now, I can even delete this. Assuming we want to use that, the best thing is to load it. So go to Library and Objects, Library Manager. You can even look for it. Library, go under Library in Projects, Add, go to your folder. It's under this. We have it here. Click. We've already added that file. Let's say OK. And then to load it into your drawing, just come to Objects and under Embedded. We already have it here. Click OK. And there you are. Now for check on the properties, you can see everything is here. Wood is here also, and the writing is here as well. So, and that's how we make a customizable object that we can reuse. Thanks a lot, guys.